Hey there, everybody. I'm excited to make this video about band at Central Middle School. I can't wait to meet some of you elementary band students when you come up our way. It's going to be exciting. So, I am Mr. Anderson. A little bit about me. I've been teaching at CMS for 22 years. I play in jazz bands and a bunch of rock bands for fun in a normal time. I love fishing out west. Fly fishing is one of my passions, cooking, percussion. This is my family. There's my wife, Tara. Oscar is 4 at the bottom there, and Wiley is 2. We love camping and going to national parks. Definitely camping, even in the winter, is fun for me. I like off-roading and running. Just some of my hobbies and pictures of us goofing around as a family so that you can get to know us. That picture on the bottom there is me currently with my long hair and beard. But I love playing drums and building boats and fishing and spending lots of time with my family. These are some of my coworkers who you might run into at Central Middle School. There's Gertie Sommerfeld right there in the big screen. She teaches 8th grade band. And then these are some of the other folks you might run into around the orchestra and band department at CMS. We do have an 8-period modified block. That'll be a new thing next year. So what I can tell you about it is that you'll have 8 periods, 3 days a week, as you can see there. And then on Wednesdays and Thursdays, you'll have a period day, odd periods on Wednesday and even periods on Thursday. So you get a little bit longer block time with each teacher. You can do some special projects, science labs. We can do longer rehearsals on those days. So we're pretty pumped about this new schedule that we're going to have. As part of that, you will be selecting some different things. One of the elective things, one of the choices you'll make is music. I'm not going to talk at all about the other choices that you have because those are new to me as well, but you will be able to select a music course. Another thing that we'll have in our schedule next year is a thing called Flex. Now, we've done this a little bit in the past, but next year you're going to have a Flex period each day at the end of the day that features one of 3 kinds of classes: a support class, an extension class, or a discovery class. And what that means is we're either going to support you in the classes you're already taking. Let's say you have a math test and you need some help with it. That would be a support class. You would choose that for the day. And you get to choose each day what class you want to go to. A teacher can lock you in, of course, if you are missing some work. They can tell you got to come finish whatever project you're working on. The second one is extension, and that would mean basically you would extend your knowledge of a subject. If you're working in band on a certain topic and you want to learn more about that topic and do a little bit more, maybe it's jazz improvisation. We touch on it a little bit and you want to learn more. So you'd come to an extension class. Maybe it's composing. We do it in band a little bit, but you want to, take it to that next level. And then discovery. That's where we can do anything either related to or unrelated to the classes that you're in. So, for example, I did one on fly fishing because it's a passion of mine, and I found a few kids in the school that wanted to do that. So those are the 3 types of Flex classes. You'll have one every day at the end of the day. So back to those options that you can choose from. The music options right now are exploring music, band, choir, and orchestra. Of course, because you're already in band, you're prepared for our band program. And so that's probably the one you're going to choose. I'll explain the 4 classes a little bit here. First, exploring music is our non-performing class. It doesn't mean that you won't be playing instruments, like we play guitar in 8th grade, but it just means you're not doing any performances. You'll learn about different styles of music: rock, jazz, hip-hop, the history of classical. Some homework and projects are kind of common in this class. A lot of time on your iPad, a lot of time with small groups, learning about music. And then option 2 is choir. Some people that want to sing actually find themselves staying in band because it's a good way to do things. Stay in band and then join Central Singers. That's a co-curricular group. We'll talk more about what those are a little bit later here. But they meet before or after school and they sing, and that's typically the singers that really want to be there and do a little bit extra, so they sign up for that. It's kind of like an activity or a sport, but for choir. So if you like band, but you want to sing, this is a great option. Same thing for orchestra. If you want to, pick up another instrument or try something like violin, viola, cello, or double bass, this is something that you could do in one of the before school or after school orchestras, and then you'd be able to stay in band. Chances are you don't play one of these instruments, so you would not sign up for orchestra, but band is the option that you all have experience with, or you won't be probably seeing this video. So we hope that you sign up for band. We'd love to have you in in our band program. We're super pumped. We've got a lot going on. What is 7th grade band like? Well, our classes are with the full band. So each time you have a class, let's say you have a 3rd period band, you'd show up, you'd grab your instrument. We would warm up, do exercises, play some short songs from the book to learn a new concept with a play-along app that we use. And then we have sometimes we have playing assessments, kind of like your karate belts, but mostly we work on our concert music to prepare for the upcoming concerts. We do 3 concerts a year. We use plenty of resources like Tenuto and Rhythm Trainer and some tuners, lots of different iPad games and apps. And we try to make practicing fun. If music is not fun, we're doing it wrong. So we really hope that you find that to happen too. If you're not practicing at home because it's not fun, something's going wrong. Let's fix that. You guys submitted some questions for me. I boiled them down into 5 categories because you all asked about the same 5 things, honestly. So they are, will I be missing other classes to participate in band? No. Some band programs have what's called a pull-out program, where you leave science class, you leave English class for a little bit and go do your small group lesson or go do your rehearsal. We don't have that. Band is a class. It's one of your 4 music choices, so you have to pick one anyway. You'll be in the class the whole time. You won't have to not go to another class or miss out on something else because you're in band. Will I be in band with my friends? Yeah, band is one of the best places in the world to make friends because we have a lot of fun. We kind of release during our day. It's definitely not as stressful as other classes might be sometimes. There's a lot of interaction. There's a lot of noise and sound being made. We work together. It's definitely a place to make new friends. But, can I guarantee that you're in the same band with your exact friend that you want to be with? No, that's not something we do. But I can guarantee that in the after-school ensembles, you could certainly grab your buddy, sign up with them for one of those. We will have several bands. Right now we have 5 7th grade bands and 5 8th grade bands. We'll have something similar to that. So I guess it's, there's a chance you'll be in there with your best friend. But will you make friends? Absolutely. My best friends still, Adam and Jared and Derek and all my friends, Ryan, Chad, Chris, everybody that I've known my whole life, I met them through music. I met them in band. So it's no joke. Even my wife I met through band, through the world of music. Will I be able to play another instrument at CMS? So in your band class, you typically stay on one instrument, and that's probably, for most of you, that's the instrument you're playing now. However, we try to, first of all, encourage students who play an instrument to try some of the other instruments within their family. So if you play alto sax at CMS, you'll be trying tenor sax and bari sax. If you play, flute, you might get to try piccolo, that kind of thing. Percussionists get to try all sorts of things, from mallets to drums to snare drum, drum set, and all sorts of percussion from around the world. So that's one thing we do. We do encourage people to try other instruments within their family. Now, some of you are thinking maybe like, well, I also want to play guitar. Or I play flute, but I want to try percussion. What we tend to recommend to people there is, obviously private lessons always help if you're adding a new instrument, but we do have ensembles before and after school where you can try stuff like that. That's really easy. We're set up to help you with that. I'll talk more about that later. So the answer is yes, you will be able to play another instrument at CMS. We typically try to stick to one instrument for your band class, but that sometimes changes as well. We're here to work with you. We're here to help you out. And support you in your music journey. If that includes adding another instrument to your ability, then that's how it works. We have lots of people that play a second instrument. I would say maybe a third of our students actually play piano as well, or guitar, or they sing in the choir, but yet they stay in the band class, which is great. How often will I have band? You'll have band as part of that class schedule that you saw earlier. So I kind of every day. I guess there's one day on Wednesday or Thursday where you wouldn't have band because it's the block schedule. So we'll see how that schedule works out when you get your registration. But it's not once a week. It's not once a month. It's not pulled out of another class. It is a class that you have in your regular schedule rotation. What other instrumental ensembles are offered at CMS? Well, I'm glad you asked. I have a whole bunch of information about that. I'll get back to that in a moment. Other questions people have surround grades. This has been in the past. People are always worried, like, well, is it going to bring my grade down? Most students get an A in band. This is not an exact chart here, but I would say, almost all students get an A. We really want you to get an A in band. We really, really, support kids and help kids until they get that A. Generally speaking, it's pretty easy to get an A in band if you just turn things in. We don't grade you poorly if you're not doing so well, and we don't give extra credit to the best players or anything like that. We just provide a real fair opportunity, and we support you. We're going to keep helping you until we see that you understand the material, and we want everybody to get an A, like I said, and most people do. Let's see. So here are those ensembles I talked about, people wanting to play a second instrument or have some other opportunities. We have a lot of really great things that we offer. Pep band, jazz band, travel band, percussion ensemble, brass ensemble, woodwind ensemble, drumline, and guitar club. So maybe I can explain each one a little bit before I run out of time here. But pep band is basically rock tunes. We play at sporting events. We try to do big events where we go to the XL Energy Center, or we go play for a Timberwolves basketball game, or we go to the state championship, or play with the high school marching band. So that's kind of a big band, usually 60 to 90 people, and we travel for different events. And then jazz band. Jazz band, we play jazz music, swing, rock and roll, some pop music, some favorites that everybody loves to play. And that involves drum set, piano, and keyboard, and bass, and guitar. So we add some of those instruments to the regular band instruments. And we have a lot of good times with jazz band. That's kind of one of our featured groups that does a lot of great performing. We do a lot of joint concerts with the high school and stuff like that. Just to remind you, the pep band, we have spent a lot of time in the past traveling around to the elementaries too. So if you had seen us in the past, that would have been our pep band from CMS. We do have a travel band that travels. We typically go to Chicago one year and then Wisconsin Dells and Madison the following year. So every other year we take a trip. This year during COVID, we are doing some different things with that. But hopefully next year we're back on the rotation and head back to one of those places and do some really cool performances. We tour a college usually, stay in hotels and have a great time performing. We do about 3 or 4 performances with that group. Then the percussion ensemble, brass ensemble, woodwind ensemble. Those are smaller groups that perform those types of music for those groups at a couple concerts each year. The drum line plays typically at a pep rally or a variety show and joins up with the high school drum line a few times. And then we have guitar club where we learn guitar. So yes, there's tons of opportunities. Here's a picture of the travel band in Chicago. Here's us performing at the Field Museum. You can see right there, we're having a good time. Here's the pep band performing at a Timberwolves game. There's the brass ensemble, jazz band, concert bands, drumline. Lots of fun on concert nights. We really love to support our students as they play their 7th and 8th grade and 6th and 7th and 8th grade band concerts. We do a lot of helping each other out. We have some beginning band program stuff that we'll be doing sometimes during Flex. And the kids tend to have a great time at our concerts. They love it. And we do too. Why join band? Unity, artistry, excellence, and legacy. Take a minute to read these. Pause the video and check it out. We like to perform at a high level. We like to be artists. We like to be part of something and make lots of friends, like people were asking about. Will I be with my friends? You'll have a ton of friends in band, and it's the best. It's just the best. And then legacy. We always, create these long-lasting friendships and then give back to the community by encouraging younger students to continue. I really hope that you enjoyed this and it answered some of your questions. I can't wait to make music with you in the future. A lot of music in our new facility at Central Middle School. We'll see you then.